Welcome back to the For Amusement Only Games stream. I'm Nick Baldridge, and this evening I'm going to be showing off Birdwatcher from Ian Harrower Games. This game is designed by Ian Harrower, who has recently been developing the game Portal for the P3 as well. Birdwatcher is a unique experience, as are all the games on the P3. And in this one, what you're trying to do is fill your bird book. And your bird book contains photos that you've taken of all the various birds within the game. And once you have filled the bird book, there's still more to do. But let's dive right in. I've got everything set up with my FAO Games profile. So that's the bird book that I will be contributing to, and it's currently empty. I'm starting fresh. So let's see how this goes. I have nothing. Let's get some birds. So I'm playing this on the Final Resistance playfield module. One of the cool things about Birdwatcher is that it's compatible with every current playfield module, the exception being the just announced Portal, but it's compatible with 8 different modules, including Drained and the Princess Bride. So there are, I should say, a lot of interesting and unique touches for each playfield that Ian has included. For example, on Final Resistance, the timer is actually indicated at the spinner, which is really helpful. Ordinarily, you just have a battery meter in the upper left side, which you can still see. But having the actual number of seconds, I find, is actually very helpful and helps me plan for swapping that battery. So you can see the word recharge is spelled on the left and right sides. If you spell the entire word, then your battery fills back up and you're able to continue play. In this case, I did not spell it, but I did manage to take a number of pictures. Ooh, a crystal. So that's one of the things that allows you to continue playing once the bird book is totally filled. There's a crystal variant of each bird, and that crystal variant can be picked up just as you would any other bird, but the tension increases quite a bit when the crystal noise and light show appears on the playfield. I find myself really struggling to get under control so that I can capture that bird's photo. But all right, let's go again. As you can see, my progress carries over. So the bird book now has several photos, and it shows me the number of times that a bird has been seen, as well as the number of times that it's been photographed. This time while I play, I want to draw your attention to the back box screen, which is right under my camera here. And this is showing dynamic visuals of each bird as they appear. And the camera moves and changes, the virtual camera, I should say, moves and changes as the bird arcs across the screen. And it's one of the coolest visual features of this game. And this game contains a lot of cool visual features, which I'll be talking about here as I continue playing. But I really appreciate the camera work and the dynamic camera work, which is included. All right, here we go. Hoopo. So each playfield module has a bird that is native to that module. And so what Ian has tried to do, and what he's accomplished, is figuring out a particular bird that matches kind of with the aesthetic or with the nature of that playfield module. In this case, Final Resistance has a hoopoe. And a hoopoe has a crest, like a mohawk, similar to the artwork on the back glass of Final Resistance. Alright, I caught a snarf this time. Snarf is an Easter egg bird. And it's one of my favorites. Alright, I've seen a lot of the birds here, but I haven't captured photos of all of them yet. So, onward I go. This module's a little imposing for a chill session of photographing some birds with the alien spaceship in the upper right corner. But I actually like that juxtaposition with the red windows. Ooh, tutorial bird. So that brings to mind something cool that Ian did with the creation of this game. As he was creating it, he developed a tutorial that new developers could follow, which would allow them to create a game which is similar to Birdwatcher. It doesn't have the finished models or things of that nature, but it does have many of the elements of this one, and kind of walks a new developer through the aspects of creation that are needed to make a commercial game. And this is something called the Birdwatcher tutorial, and Ian has made this publicly available. So if you are interested in developing a game for the P3, that is a great starting point. The P3 SDK comes with an example game. It's called the P3 Sample App, and it's a basic 3-ball game. It shows you how options work, shows you how multi-balls work, and it shows you how screen detection works. So as the ball rolls over the screen, the way that Birdwatcher is capturing these photos is that it's triangulating the ball's position in relation to the bird that is present on the screen. So in a similar way, the P3 sample app allows you to utilize those constructs. However, Birdwatcher tutorial takes it a step or two further and shows you how everything meshes together in order to make a finished game, or nearly finished game. Hi, Borg Dog. Welcome. I'm working on it, trying to get all the birds, all the crystal variants. We'll see if I can make that happen. I've seen a lot of birds, have a lot more to go. So you may notice these guide arrows on the playfield, and those indicate shots that will shake the bushes. And once the bushes are shaken, a bird will appear. So that's a quick way to spawn new birds on the playfield. They also appear on a timed basis, so you can wait it out. But hitting those indicated shots gives you a much higher chance of finding that one bird that you need to fill your book. The spinner is in such a great spot on this module. I find myself shooting it quite frequently, even though what I really need are ramps. So for each module, there are usually at least 2 ramps. And these are the shots which allow you to spawn a bird. The exception being drained where the shot that spawns birds is the gobble hole. That's a pretty challenging module to play it upon, but all of them are fun and all have their own unique takes on the game. So what Ian has done to differentiate each module is to provide unique backgrounds on the backbox monitor, as well as some unique playfield visuals. The majority of the game takes place on the playfield screen, however. So you're chasing down these moving targets and snapping their photos. Alright, what have we got here? Some stuff. Alright, I have seen one of each bird, but I still have more to photograph. Oh, and there's one that I have not seen yet. I shall try for that this time. Ooh, hummingbird. That's a tricky one. They move quite fast, and they are quite small. So I mentioned some of the visual tricks that Ian is doing. One of those things is dynamic lighting. So there's a light source, a virtual light source, and it's illuminating the scene and the birds are casting real-time shadows upon the playfield scene here. The backbox camera is another of those unique and distinct visual elements. The way that it tracks and follows the birds is really quite impressive. And snapping the photo is also quite impressive. Just capturing that particular angle of the bird. Running out of time. So again, on final resistance, your actual time remaining is displayed at the spinner, which is quite helpful. Tutorial bird. So that's the model which is present in the Birdwatcher tutorial. I still have 3 more bird types to collect. And then there will be crystal variants, which we haven't seen one of yet. So let's keep rolling. A kingfisher, a merlin, and one other type. So once you've seen one of these birds once, it fills their name in the bird book. And it also shows you the number of times that you've seen them. So at the end of this round, I'll take a look here and see what I've seen versus what I've captured. All right. Just need the R in recharge, the second R, in order to extend my time. Here we go. Looking past all the birds. Okay. R. There we go. Alright, so depending on when you hit that recharge, when you complete spelling that word, your battery will be changed. So if you do it right at the end of your battery's lifespan, it is the most advantageous. It extends your time by pretty close to 100%. But you can do it at the beginning as well, and so there's a risk-reward element, because waiting to the last possible second is pretty risky, and you're likely to miss it when you need it. Alright, Borg Dog asks, didn't he add Merlin when TPB came out? He did indeed, and Borg Dog continues, I thought Prince Humperdinck could track a falcon on a cloudy day. So I am not the bird expert. I am but a simple bird watcher. So I don't know if that is a member of the family or not. I got a bat. Guess what module the bat works with, or comes from. Here we go. All right. So let's look through the book here and see what I've seen. Ooh, I scored. Always nice. So I've seen 2 Blue Jays in the last game, 13 overall. And I have photographed 6 Blue Jays overall and 0 from the last game. So that's the breakdown of each of the types here. Now, there's one that I still have not seen on this profile. I happen to know what it is, but it tends to spawn rather rarely on the Final Resistance module. So I'll see if I can capture it. Oh. Borg Dog mentions that it's going to be streaming Drained on Monday. Thank you, Borg Dog. How's it going for you? Is it treating you nicely? Okay, so I have E and R left to spell. And ideally, I would like I got a snarf. Ideally, I would like to have 1 letter remaining. That in itself is risky, but what I enjoy. Okay. R is left. A pigeon. So, trying to find the right switch adjustment balance. Yeah, that is a preference thing, and it's worth noting that as you play, the target foam will wear, and the balance of those switches will change. Okay, there's still 1 bird that we haven't seen. Let's see if we can get that. Ooh, new bird. My personal preference on switch adjustment is about a medium amount of travel. It allows the switch room to move, and solid shots will register always, but lighter shots or shots which ordinarily wouldn't will not. Okay, so some of the targets are really hard to hit. The layout of the module can make that so. Each target can be hit with a specific angle, but some are more challenging than others. All right. Bird book filled, or is it? So the next challenge, now that we have a photo of each of these birds, and you can page through them in attract mode, look at that lovely chicken picture. I need to try to get a better chicken picture. So these are just the photos that I took in the last game. So they will change each time as you zoom in like this. But now that I've collected each of the birds in the bird book, I've got an example of each one. The next challenge will be collecting the crystal variants of each bird, and that is significantly less frequent to find these crystal birds than it is to find the normal run-of-the-mill birds. So Borg Dog, are there particular targets that seem to be more difficult than others? I have a guess, but I would like to see what you're thinking. Recharged. It's a little early. That's okay. Okay. So do you mean the holy and water targets, or do you mean the upper steaks and garlic targets? We're all four. Hummingbird. Chickadee. Good. So crystal, I got a crystal hoopoe. Yes. All right, so now The bird book shows a little diamond by the hoopoe. And that's what I'm angling for with each bird in the book. I have never seen a crystal snarf, and so that's really my goal for the stream. Okay, Borg Dog mentions upper steaks and garlic. All right. The geometry is such that you can shoot a clean shot, sweep all of the drop targets on one side, and then terminate at either holy or water. If you're just a short distance before that, before you flip, then it'll terminate at that upper target. So it's a challenge as far as where on the flipper to flip. But you should be able to smack those targets as desired. One of the things I really love about Birdwatcher is that it is such a chill experience. These types of things are really only possible on the P3 commercially. This sort of application is just not a mainstream commercial product, but it is within the realm of the third party, like so many of the third party applications, which all provide these unique gameplay experiences. Recharged. All right. Ooh, almost. So as a third-party developer, that's one of the things that I love, is being able to take risks on new types of pinball experiences. And while there have been many timed pinball games in the past, I would say that there are not very many timed games about bird watching. Right. No new crystals this time. Gotta remedy that. Okay, so we've got a crystal hoopoe, but we need more. Onward. Keep an ear out for that crystal sound. Nice. Borgog mentions he's got 8 crystals. That is quite a lot. One day I would love to complete all crystal variants. So, Borgdog, what's your favorite playfield module to play Birdwatcher on? That was quick. Got a couple snarfs this time. Not a crystal though. Princess Bride. Good to know. I have not yet tried Birdwatcher on Princess Bride. But I shall make a point to do so. Alright. Filling up the bird book here. Quick feeds. That makes sense. So this game has progression carryover. Right now I have a default profile set here, but you can also start each game with a profile or without a profile, and then you would begin each session with an empty bird book, and then the progression will carry over from game to game unless you let it sit for an extended period of time. So if this game was in a traditional location for coin drop, you could continue play and continue to fill your bird book. I think that's an ingenious idea. All right, let's keep crystal hunting. They're out there. Hunting for photographs, I should say. All right, we got a seagull. Whoop. I missed the tutorial bird. No. So since this game was initially released, there have been 3 more playfield modules announced or released. Final Resistance, the one I'm playing on right now. Princess Bride, the one that Borgdog mentioned is his favorite for Birdwatcher. And the newly announced Portal. Ian has released updates to include support for both Final Resistance and Princess Bride, and each of those updates included new birds. So with the latest update that added Princess Bride, he actually added that page-turning scenario within the book, which is yet another visual thing that I think is really cool and maybe a lot more complex than it may seem. Alright, here we go. More birds. No more snarfs. So when the arrows disappear that are on the playfield, that's when you're back in a tract and you can start a new game. Let's go. So point structure. When you take a photo of a bird, that is generally the largest number of points that you'll collect as you play. However, switches on the playfield will add a number of points as well. So my constant shooting of the spinner does increase my score, even though it doesn't actually do anything for me as far as birds go. It's what some might call a feel-good. Because I can't hit ramps. Here we go. Birds. I got one. Alright. Cardinal. Okay. Where's the crystal? No additional crystals yet. So one of the cool touches that Ian has included in this game are actual bird calls, as you've been hearing as I've been playing. And these are all taken from nature. And I appreciate that kind of touch quite a lot. So a funny story from the beta testing period of this game. I was privileged to be one of the beta testers, and one of the other testers had cats, and they were enthralled by this game because it was making all the delightful bird noises. I just found that really amusing. If you would like to hear more about the development of this game and various decisions that Ian made throughout the development process, I recorded an interview with Ian on the For Amusement Only EM and Bingo Pinball podcast. And I would encourage you to give it a listen. Alright, so the hoopoe is the bird which is native to the Final Resistance module's meadow. And so I've seen 70 different instances of it so far. I've taken 40 photos of a hoopoe thus far. But let's see if I can go for a few more crystal variants here. Alright, we've got seagull. Hoopoe. So each time I'm going up this ramp, you see the bushes shake, and a bird will spawn from one of those. Okay, here we go. Hoopoe. So as I mentioned, because the hoopoe is the native bird, that is why we see quite a lot of them. The scoring on the hoopoe is also quite nice on this module. So each bird has a different point value. The goldfinch. I've not seen too many of them in this session. That's a little detail I hadn't noticed before. But did you all notice the ship taking off on the back glass? I have a pinball. Behind the ship. Okay. So that is something unique to this module as well. Crystals. Where are you? You're not in the out lane. Need to hit that ramp. Or the target beside it. Several times. Okay, what do I need? H. Here we go. Alright, so that extended my time, which is good, because I haven't taken very many photos here. There we go. Hoopoe. So, Ian and I have been talking online for years at this point, and I was able to meet him just recently at the Texas Pinball Festival. He is just as awesome in person as he is online. It was wonderful to meet him. Okay. No new crystals. Need those crystal birds. So the P3's ecosystem makes this all possible. Creating a commercial game about bird watching, developing it for multiple playfields, and providing a new and unique experience to all owners of the P3 is something that is very unique to the platform. What? It's a crystal and I missed it. If you're interested in making a game of your own, I would highly encourage you to create an account and download the SDK, which is freely available, and get started. And once you've taken a look and kind of ingested a bit of what the SDK itself has to offer, take a look at Birdwatcher Tutorial, which will help you get up to speed on making a game that is similar to Birdwatcher. And of course, once you understand how the sauce is made, it becomes this wonderful creative playground. I love making games for the P3. I love the fact that third-party development is possible. I changed my battery a little too early there. And I love the platform. There is nothing quite like it. Chickadee. "12 seconds remain. Can I hit anything tutorial bird. Yes. But not a crystal. Very cool. Packing the bird book. Need more crystals. I've seen 2, but only collected 1 so far. Let's see. You need to find a crystal bat. Hoopo and his chickadee. Hoopo. Oriole. There's a seagull, but got a blue jay. A bat. Ooh, got it. Yes. Chickadee. Down it goes. All right. I think we have time for one more round here. Let's see if I can get a crystal anything. There goes a bat. Okay, what do we have? A and R. A is left on the recharge. Got it. Okay. So Ian has not promised compatibility with the portal module. But if he does add it, it'll be really interesting to see what type of bird he selects. The landscape, and also how it will play. Despite the action being centered on the playfield screen, each module plays quite differently, of course, and the requirements for each module, the areas that you need to hit, are to shake the bushes, are quite different. So I will be very interested to see. More birds. So many birds. So that's the game. Birdwatcher from Ian Harrower Games. And if you would like to purchase this game for your own P3, it's compatible with every playfield module that is currently available. And you can visit ianharrowergames.com to learn more about the game. Or find a link to the Birdwatcher tutorial and create a game of your very own. Or you can visit multimorphic.com to purchase. Thanks very much for joining me, and I will talk to you next time.